Hi. We're going to work on habits of mind. Habits of mind. Now, you're probably thinking, what in the world is that? Habits of mind. What these are they're a collection of skills or ways of being that will help you as you move through life. They'll help you with schoolwork. They'll help you in relationships, the way you interact with other people. They'll help you just be a wonderful person. They'll help you with obstacles or challenges. They'll help you solve problems. So they're habits of mind. That means habits is something that becomes regular or something that you can do, kind of easily. A habit is something that maybe you do a lot of. So habits of mind, of our mind. So something that we practice regularly, ways of being. So ways of being that will help us in life. Okay, that's a short way to think about it. Ways of being that will help us in life. Now, the first one we're going to talk about is a big word. Okay, you might have heard me say this before. It's the word persistence. Okay, it starts with p. Persistence. So persistence, that means I keep trying. Okay? Persistence means that when something is challenging or something is hard, that you don't give up, that you try over and over again. Okay? Persistence. So I keep trying. You don't give up. You can see here it means don't stop, that you don't stop. Okay? Persistence. You could think about at school when you're trying something hard, that instead of, I tried it once, it was way too hard, I'm done, I'm not going to do any more subtraction. But if you stick with it and keep trying and trying, that means you're persistent. You say you're persistent. You have persistence. I can think of an example when Silas was really persistent. And he had a lot of persistence. Last summer, Silas said, I want to learn how to wakeboard. Okay? That means you get towed behind a boat on a board and you stand up on the board and you kind of like go up and over the waves and stuff. And he had never gone wakeboarding before and he decided he wanted to try it. Okay, so we went out on a boat. We had a wakeboard. He tried and he fell. And he tried and he fell. And he tried and he fell again and again and again and again. But guess what? He didn't stop. He really wanted to learn how to wakeboard. We spent all day. He was able to do it a little bit. It was still really hard. And then about a week later, he said, I'm going to try again. I want to learn how to wakeboard. And we went out. He tried and fell. We tried and fell. We did it over and over, turning the boat around, going back to pick him up when he fell in the water. And eventually, Silas learned how to do it. He learned how to wakeboard. And if he had given up the first couple of times when he fell and it was really hard, would he have learned how to wakeboard? No, it's true. He wouldn't have. It took a couple days of really hard work and trying for him to learn how to wakeboard. So he was persistent. He has persistence. And that helped him reach his goal. So a lot of times you set a goal for yourself. And in order to reach that goal, you have to use persistence. You have to be persistent or you might not reach that goal. Okay? I know that a lot of you have talked about learning how to ride bikes with 2 wheels on them, right? Just the 2 wheels. Yeah, that's something that probably the first time might not be easy. You might have to be persistent, right? And keep trying and trying. Yeah. Okay. So I want you to think of, when you finish watching my video, when you end it, I want you to think of one time in your life that you've been persistent, that you've had persistence. Okay? When did you keep trying and trying and you didn't give up? I keep trying. Persistence. Okay, this is one that'll help us with schoolwork. It'll help us when we're building towers. It'll help us learn to ride a bike. What about if you're cleaning your room and your room is really crazy messy and you think, this is too much, I can't do it. Excuse me. But if you're persistent, in the end, you'll get the job done. Okay, so think about an example from a time in your life when you were persistent. You might ask someone in your family, tell me an example of a time when you were persistent. What happened? What was it like? How did you have persistence? Okay. Go ahead. Think about that. When is a time when you kept trying and trying and trying and you didn't give up? When were you persistent?